Questions?
At Maryland's practice,
No, he did some light shooting and some rehab stuff.
did he aggravate something after the missing the first game? Like, did something get worse between then and now?
Yeah, he just has some knee soreness, and so he's going to be patient, let him work his way through that.
With Mitch coming back and when Gibson's plays, does that lessen the concern, I guess, at that position?
Yeah, just having, Mitch's, what he brings to our team is a big plus for us. And of course, having Taj is, that's what he's there for. And whatever you ask him to do, he's ready to do, whether he's starting, coming off the bench, or, situational. He's always ready.
Is everybody else practicing?
Yes.
What do you think comes out of the preseason with the way you guys have played so hard till the end? And how do you think that builds towards the regular season?
Well, it just gives you a baseline of, where you are. And we know there's a different intensity level to, you go from working out in the fall to preseason, and then people settle in to their rotations. And so there's a different intensity level because of that when you get to the regular season. And then it's a long season, so you're trying to build the right habits each and every day so that you are getting better as the season goes along and you're playing your best at the end. So you want to maximize your time. You want to develop your plan, and then you want to work your plan. I think that's an important part of winning. And then everyone working together as a group. I think the teamwork aspect of it is huge. The discipline aspect of it is huge. So you come in every day and do the best you can.
Tom, something I'm curious about. You've never coached a team that's finished in the top half of the league in three-point attempt rate. And all the players have talked about how you kind of led the initiative of you guys wanting to shoot a lot more threes this year. Is that purely because of personnel? Have you had a change in philosophy?
Yeah, no, and again, so much of what you do is based on the personnel that you have. So I think it's important to understand the value of shots. And so the important thing is to be efficient. What gives you the best chance to win? And so I've had teams that were in the top 5 in offense, and it was because they played to their strengths. And so Derek, for example, has always been a great downhill player. He's always been in the paint. He's been strong in the restricted. He's always shot well from the corners. Jimmy Butler was a guy who drew fouls and got to the line a lot. And there's great value in free throws. There's great value in layups. So whatever the strengths of your team are, you want to try to take advantage of that. And the game has changed, so there's been a lot more of a premium put on shooting. But I think the biggest thing is just understanding the value of shots, and we're trying to get there. So I think the more shooting we add, the better it is for us.
RJ said that he put on a couple pounds of muscle, in part because he felt like he was going to be guarding a key player most nights. Have you seen like that make a difference on the court, the added strength, or how have you seen him defend?
Yeah, I just think his conditioning overall, yeah. And now we want all our players. I think Mitch has done a good job with that. RJ has. RJ is really, he's been terrific with the extra work that he's put in, and he's gotten a lot better. I think he also has experience on his side now. I think he obviously, the first few times you play against someone, you don't know them as well as maybe the 40th or 50th time that you've played against someone. So I think as time goes on, he has a really good understanding of what the tendencies are of not only the players, but the team. So he can think on his feet, he can think ahead, he anticipates well, he has gotten stronger. I think his conditioning is vastly improved, and I think that will serve him well.
Do you think it's fair to say that for you guys to take the next leap, that RJ needs to take the next leap too?
Well, I think all our players, whether you're a young player, a guy who's in the middle, or an older player, you want to constantly add to your game. And I think when you look at our are guys that are older. For example, Taj adding the 3, and Julius playing off the pass. Derek shooting the 3. You want to constantly add. You never want to stay the same. Constantly learning, improving, getting better, and that's what I love about our team. We have a bunch of gym rats, with guys who study the game. They're students of the game, and they want to get better.
Sorry if you were asked this already, but with the RJ, do you see him sliding into that Reggie Bullock role on defense, or as that kind of TBD? Because it's
Well,
like Reggie was defending.
Yeah, and we always say this is there's a lot of great players in this league. Sometimes it's the point guard, sometimes it's the wing, sometimes it's a big, and those type of players you have to guard with your team. But we want him to take on the challenge of being a complete player, and I think he's taken a lot of pride in it. I think his defense is a lot better than it was a year ago. I can tell you that, and he's done a really good job. He can guard multiple positions. He can guard 2, 3, and 4. He can guard some point guards. He's shown a lot.
Jeff Van Gundy did a teleconference, I guess, for ESPN last week.
Oh,
And we asked about you, and he was saying that, like, obviously he's not here every day, but he thought that the minutes, people writing about minutes is silly sometimes because there's context to the minutes, but also he had thought that even though you're playing guys big minutes, you also adjusted like their load in practices between games. I know you referenced that a couple of times last year. Is that kind of how it played out?
well, there's a lot goes into it, and it's easy to pick up a box score and say this guy played 38 minutes, and oftentimes that guy played 38 minutes because the other wing played 38 minutes, and so you're matching guys up, and then no one sees what you're doing in practice. Or do you have contact, or what are you doing in practice? So there's a lot that goes into it, and there's certain things that you do, and when you plan out the season, as soon as the schedule comes out, you map out your season. So you know what days you're going to be off. If a guy's had a heavy load, you know how to balance that. So there's a lot that goes into it. That's why I never understood like the concept or the context of comparing players' minutes, or like there's more to it. Like what's going on in practice, how you managing that, and so I'm comfortable with where we are.
Has that philosophy, like that practice philosophy, has it changed, not just for you, but just generally?
The league in
Has it
general,
changed?
yeah,
Like,
the league in
that's-
general. But there's so many things that you can do in practice too, and that's what people don't understand. It's like you can load up somebody who, the balance of it is to do what's best for the team first, to keep the player sharp enough where he can perform well, and also to give him a lighter load so that he can be healthy. And so that might be adding a player to his team that plays his position so he's not doing every rep. There's a lot of things that you can do, so,
All right. Thanks, Coach.
yeah,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
yeah,
Jeff said a lot of bad things about you.
I'm sure he did.
We'll see him on Wednesday, so. You guys are good?
Thank you.